Thank you for joining us for Jamaica News Page tonight. We begin with a travel controversy involving Jamaica. A Belizean tourist is speaking out after she was denied entry to Jamaica while traveling to the island for a family vacation, claiming she was mocked and humiliated by immigration personnel before being sent out of the country. Kaylin Ramplen says she traveled to Jamaica with members of her family, but upon arrival on the island, she was separated from them and taken to a room by immigration authorities. She was eventually refused entry because of an issue with her passport.
Well, I was denied entrance into Jamaica because of a damaged passport.
Really? How were you treated?
Well, harsh. I didn't expect that kind of treatment from my own neighboring Caribbean country, but it's just an experience that you have to learn from.
In a Facebook post detailing her experience, Ramklan wrote, "When I genuinely asked for an explanation regarding my removal, the official involved failed to provide a professional answer. Instead, I was openly laughed at and ridiculed by staff when I expressed my confusion." She continued, "This mocking, unprofessional, and humiliating treatment was entirely uncalled for, especially during an already terrifying and stressful ordeal." End quote.
And,
It
and they
was,
laughed at you in Jamaica.
yeah, it was embarrassing.
The Belizean tourist says she was then escorted onto a Copa Airlines flight to Panama while her family remained unaware that she was being sent out of the country.
They never give me a chance to explain myself. All they did was rush me to go upstairs, and upon arriving into the aircraft, she gave the stewardess my passport and said that I need to leave. And she said, "Well, that if don't you understand English, you need to leave." Yeah, they laughed at me. While I was trying to, I was begging the lady to please contact my mom. She said that, "Don't you understand English? You need to leave." So I said, "You know what?"
Ramklin says she holds a valid 10-year United States visa and has traveled extensively throughout Europe and the Americas using the same passport without previously encountering an immigration problem.
Explain to me like your travel history.
I've
More or
been
less.
I've been to Ireland, London, Miami, Washington,
Same passport.
correct, same passport.
And nobody sweat you before.
No, never.
What did you learn that you could tell fellow Belizeans?
Honestly, just be aware of everything, check your card. It always good to just check twice and try stand up for yourself more. I never had the I never really had everything just happened fast for me.
As of news time, the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA had not issued a statement on the matter. And from that immigration story here in Jamaica to a major immigration ruling in the United States, a U.S. federal judge has struck down a Trump administration policy that suspended the processing of immigrant visas for nationals of 75 countries, including Jamaica. The ruling could have significant implications for Jamaicans seeking to permanently migrate to the United States. The decision was handed down Friday in the Southern District of New York by Judge Jeanette Vargas, who ruled that the policy was contrary to law. The judge also found that U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio exceeded his statutory authority in implementing the measure. The policy took effect in January 2026 and suspended immigrant visa processing for nationals of dozens of countries. Along with Jamaica, the list included Iraq, Afghanistan, Brazil, and Nigeria. At the time, the U.S. State Department said the measure was intended to ensure that immigrants from what it considered high-risk countries did not unlawfully access public benefits or become what is known under U.S. immigration law as a public charge. But Judge Vargas ruled that consular officers were wrongly instructed to refuse immigrant visas solely on the basis of an applicant's nationality, even in cases where the applicant would otherwise qualify. The ruling now vacates visa denials that were based solely on that policy. However, the matter may not be over. The Trump administration is expected to appeal the decision. Back here, we return to the ongoing dispute in Cooper's Pen Trelawney, where residents have again taken to the streets as another round of demolitions looms. The residents who are affected by a court order requiring them to leave privately owned land are appealing for government intervention.
For this peaceful demonstration that we're having right now, and it's not a political demonstration. So my point is, we want to know where we stand about that first choice of getting the land to buy from the Supreme Court rule before at the end of the case. So I'm here to demonstrate of my rights for the property to get to buy.
Hello, Jamaica. All the people on the internet bashing us that we are squatters and we are careless people. And 9 years now we are pay NHT tax. And 2022 I go over there and ask them if they qualify to get a house, and them tell you say no, we can't get it. And we know people will go over there, we say them and wait for 19 all long. The all we are pay tax and we need help. I can't sleep in my bed peaceful. We need help.
Yeah, respect due to all the people out there and all the people in Cooper Spending. We need help. We need help. When we say we need help, we need somebody to come to talk to us, and if we then go relocate us, we need them to come sit down and talk to the people. Them like come around and sit, or they call a meeting or something, and we just organize and we just do what is right. But look, Mr. Prime Minister, if you were in our position, what will you do? Tell me, what will you do? If you say you're there for the people, so why don't you stand up for the people? Because the politician supposed to stand up for the people in the country. Anybody, the MP, the Prime Minister that's in power supposed to stand up and fight for us. So where are you? Where are you, Mr. Prime Minister? Where are you? We need help.
The demonstration comes more than a week after several houses in the community were demolished, reportedly on behalf of the owner of the land. For several families, the dispute has meant watching homes they occupied for years reduced to rubble. And as Jamaica News Page previously reported, notices have since been issued to other residents as the demolition exercise is expected to continue. Saturday's protest marks the second demonstration by affected residents. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, responding to the controversy last week, said the circumstances surrounding the Cooper's Pen matter are complex and involve court rulings. He said he was being properly advised on the matter and promised to address it once the full details become available. In other developments tonight, two men wanted by the Area 4 police in connection with serious crimes have been fatally shot in separate police operations in Kingston and St. Andrew. The men have been identified as 26-year-old Marco German, otherwise called Marco or Shella, of Waterloo Road in Rollington Town, and a 38-year-old Marlon Wayne Huntley, otherwise called Brando and Parry, of Robert Close and Ambrook Lane. Police say both men were targeted as part of Operation Iron Shield, an anti-crime initiative focused on gangs and their leadership across the Area 4 policing region. In the first operation, conducted about 3 a.m. on Friday, August 21, a police team went into Rollington Town in search of German, who was wanted in connection with a recent murder in the area. During the operation, German was fatally shot inside a house and a firearm was reportedly seized. However, police have not disclosed the circumstances that led to the shooting, including whether German allegedly confronted or fired at members of the security forces. Police allege that German was a member of the Rollington Town gang and was involved in scamming and contract killings. Investigators also allege that he was one of two gunmen involved in Wednesday's killing of Daniel Walsh along Rashford Avenue in Rollington Town. Then about 2 hours later, police launched a second operation in the Robert Close and Ambrook Lane areas. That operation was led by head of the St. Andrews Central Police, Superintendent Mark Harris, and targeted members of the Dwayne Grant-led faction of the Ambrook Lane gang. Police say Huntley confronted officers during that operation and was fatally shot. A firearm was reportedly recovered. Investigators describe Huntley as a prominent member of the gang and allege that he was involved in extortion within the Halfway Tree Business District. Police further allege that on Monday, Huntley and members of a rival gang clashed in Mandela Park over control of the collection of extortion money. Police say Huntley had recently been released on bail after being charged with several offenses, including robbery, murder, illegal possession of a firearm, and a conspiracy. He was reportedly required to report to the Halfway Tree police station as a condition of his bail. The Independent Commission of Investigations (INDECOM) is investigating the fatal police shootings. And now to some other news tonight. A humanoid robot has run 100 meters faster than our very own sprint legend Usain Bolt's 9.58-second world record. For 17 years, no human being has managed to break Bolt's 100-meter world record. But apparently, somebody forgot to tell the robots. At the World Humanoid Robot Games in Beijing, China, a humanoid robot completed the distance in a reported 9.39 seconds. That's 19 hundredths of a second faster than Bolt's record. The robot's performance is not recognized as a human athletics world record, and the machines compete under completely different conditions. But the feat is being used to demonstrate just how rapidly humanoid robots is advancing. More than 2,000 humanoid robots participated in the 5-day competition, which featured events ranging from running and football to table tennis, weightlifting, and tug-of-war. The games brought together humanoid robots from 16 countries and come as China continues to invest heavily in advanced robotics. But despite those eye-catching performances, experts say humanoid robots are still largely being used for research, demonstrations, and specialized applications. So at least, where humans are concerned, 9.58 remains the official 100-meter world record, and it still belongs to our very own sprint legend, Usain Bolt. And speaking of Bolt, he had something much bigger than a world record to celebrate. Let's talk about it. Wedding bells are ringing for the world's fastest man. Bolt has proposed to his longtime girlfriend Cassie Bennett while celebrating his 40th birthday. Let's watch.
So I'm 40, not excited about it, but I'm there, and I'm happy. It's been a long journey. Something I want to say, it's been on me for a minute, and oh, that I say yes. So, me and Casey's been together for umpteen affairs. 14, going 13, going on 14 years. She's been by my side. She gave me 3 wonderful kids. You understand? Rough times, tough times, happy times, wonderful times. She knows I love her very much. I'll do anything for her. And for years upon years, I've been promising and promising and promising. That I was going to marry her. So, Miss Casey Johnny with it. I just want to tell you I love you so much. And I want to say, make me the happiest man in the world. My man, so would you please marry me, please?
Bolt has previously spoken about wanting a relationship like that of his parents, Wesley and Jennifer Bolt, who were together for years before getting married. And now, after more than a decade together, Bolt and Bennett are preparing for their next chapter. Wishing them all the best and lots of congratulations. And that's the news on Jamaica News Page tonight. News that keeps you connected to what's happening across Jamaica, and we're powered by viewers just like you. Please leave a comment so we can welcome you with a shout out. Thank you for joining us, Shamar Gooden. And also thank you for watching Jamaica News Page tonight. We'll see you in the comments. And be sure to like, share, and join us again for more news. From all of us here, good night.